Greetings, fellow masters, and welcome back to the channel. I am the Shotgun Shogun, and what we are going to be talking about today is the Davinci event free quest farming and what my strategies are and what I personally think is going to be the best method to getting what you need the fastest. Now, in this video, I am going to assume that you have watched my previous overview guide. If you haven't, give it a watch. I will have it probably linked in the video right above me. I will also have it linked down in the description. So do yourself a favor, check that video out, because again, this will be assuming that you are familiar with the CEs, with the way the true and false manuscript mechanics work, as well as what the boxes contain. So with that said, let us get on to the free quests, what they come with, what you're going to get, and my opinions on which ones you should be focusing on. Okay, so the first 10 AP quest that we are looking at is the Counterfeit Search Novice. As you can see, we are going to have quite a few Roman soldiers. Now, these are going to be 3 of either false or true soldiers. As you can see, the true ones seem to be a little bit higher level than the false ones. The recommended level for this is 20. We are going to be getting the Vitruvian Man portraits. You also get 5 of each real and fake manuscript. You also have a chance to get hero proofs as well as the School of Chaldea CE. Now, the School of Chaldea CE can drop in pretty much any of the free quests. However, if you have ran previous events, you will know that the chances of getting that are very slim. Now, with that said, if you have ran previous events, you will know that usually the Ascension items have a much higher rate up. I do not have the numbers for this. I'm sure that as the event progresses, there will be crowdsourced numbers just to see just how good these are for farming, regardless of them being in the event. Now, with that said, moving forward, I will be under the assumption that the drop rate for the Ascension items is much better than the weekly quest or the free quests, and the reason being is that in past events you have had a much better chance to get these higher level Ascension items. Take Sabre Wars, for example, where you had a much better chance to get Hearts of the Foreign God than even the weekly quest. So with that, moving on, let's get to the 20 AP quest. So this one we're going to get Dragon Tooth Warriors, which is great because Dragon's Teeth are a very heavily sought after thing. You need a ton of them if you're skilling things up, if you're leveling people up. Now, this one is going to be a recommended level of 30. You're going to get 4 of each manuscript. This is where you're going to get the false portrait, so this one is a very good one if you're still low level, you need Dragon's Fangs, you want to get your false portraits for your School of Chaldea. It does seem to drop a little bit less in the way of manuscripts on this one. The other thing too is all of these have an opportunity to drop manuscripts instead of the shop item that could drop. So the manuscript numbers that I'm showing you on the screen I'm talking about are not necessarily always the go-to. It could be more, it could be, what I'm telling you. There's always a chance. Just like every event, you have a chance to get more. Like the Sabre, like go back to Sabre Wars, you had a chance to get either the drop or Artorium points. So with that said, let's move on to the 30 AP quest. This is going to be recommended level of 40. Here we're getting a chance at all 3 of the event shop items. Now, you're not going to be getting a lot. These are mostly for you working your way up through everything, and the first 3 are not story locked at all. You should be able to do these right out of the gate. I didn't see anything in my research saying that these were locked, because I know some events you're either time locked or you have to finish a part of a story to do another part. But anyways, the 30 AP one, we're looking at recommended level of 40. You get 4 of each manuscript. You get each of the event shop items. I keep wanting to say cash shop. I don't know why. But you also get gears in here, and gears are very important as well. And you have that School of Chaldea CE chance. Now, the other thing too that you might have noticed is that you get a gold apple as a reward upon your first completion of all these, which you're going to need these gold apples to keep farming. So let's move on to the first of the 40 AP quests. Now, these are the ones that you are going to want to be farming, and as you can see on my screen right now, you can already tell why. So to preface this, the 40 AP quests, once you get here, you have to have completed Story Chapter 1 and all of the previous free quests in order to unlock this 40 AP quest. Now, here we're getting Mona Lisas. We're getting 6 of each manuscript. We're getting octuplet crystals. We're getting Chaos Talons, Berserker statues, and we get a chance at all 3 of the CEs. Now, this is going to be very, very good if you need to farm Chaos Claws. And the other really interesting thing is that a lot of these are broken up by class. So let's say you don't have anything really to deal with sabers. Let's say you don't have any good archers. You can drop down and you can just farm berserkers. Is it going to be as efficient? Maybe not. It probably isn't, because as we go on, I'll show you why. But let's say you can't farm sabers, but you can farm berserkers way faster. At the end of the day, it would be better to farm berserkers way faster, because you can get things in a much easier time. You won't be as frustrated. So the nice thing about these 40 AP quests is you can really tailor it to what you are strong against. Now, that's the Berserker one. As you can see, you're going to be getting nothing but golems until the end, where you're up against a chimera. So this is recommended level 50, should be pretty easy to do. So let's move on to the next one, which is the Rider 40 AP. So this one, you have to have completed Event Story Chapter 2 and all of the previous quests. Now, this is going to be a theme, so every time it's going to be like, oh, we have to have Chapter 3 plus everything, Chapter 4 plus everything. So I'm just going to leave that out, because now that we've established that, you can kind of tell, hey, if I want to do the next one, I have to have the next story plus all of the previous free quests. So, boom, Riders. This one should be pretty easy, because a lot of people will have, you know, Shiki Assassin, so you're going to be blowing up Riders. Not too bad. This one is recommended level 55. Now, you might be saying, oh, hey, but Shotgun Shogun, I don't see there any fake manuscripts. The reason is because on here, the drops are listed for the true items only. You can replace manuscripts with false ones if the false enemies have spawned instead. So we're getting quite a few manuscripts out of here, and this is one of the ones that you are going to want to farm if you can't farm the final 40 AP quest because it's too difficult, but you want to farm nothing but manuscripts and meteoric horseshoes, which is always, you know, really hard to farm. So at least with this one, you get the horseshoes, you get the rider monuments, statues, and you get all of the CEs. This one is going to be pretty easy if you have your Shiki from the K&K event. Just pile on assassins, blow through everything. Now the next one is the Caster, and this is the one that I'm probably going to be farming quite a bit, even though it doesn't drop as much in the way of manuscripts as I would like, because Hearts of the Foreign God. And if you know me, if you've seen any of my streams, if you were following me back in Sabre Wars, never enough hearts. Seriously, you need so many Hearts of the Foreign God for everything in this game, and outside of the Friday training grounds, you don't have a way to farm these. At least with Chaos Claws, you have a node that you can farm. With the new Ascension items, you have nodes that you can farm. There is nothing that you can farm Hearts of the Foreign God outside of events and outside of Friday. And the drop rate on Fridays is terrible. The other thing on this one, pages. Pages, pages, pages. Do you have a waiver? You need pages. Do you have a Tamamo? You need pages. Do you have a Hans? Then guess what? You need pages. And man, do they need pages. Pages for days. So with this one too, you are farming Mona Lisas. Now Mona Lisas are the ones that you're going to need the most of, because you are going to want to clear the Mona Lisa event shop 100%. There's so much good stuff in there, as I detailed in my previous video. So casters aren't bad. If you got Maeve, if you got Drake, this should make this one easy peasy. You're killing spellbooks, you're killing demons. Boom, done. Recommended level 60, so most people, even if you're semi-new to the game, should be able to knock this one out without too much problem. Now the next one, we're on to Lancers. This one's a recommended level 65, but what are we getting here? Warhorse horns. We're getting evil bones. You're getting 7 of each manuscript, and you're getting the Vitruvian Man. Which, Vitruvian Man is the very first one, but it'll help you clear out that shop really fast. Plus, you can always transfer those up into other ones. If you start from the bottom, you can always make your way up. Now, for me, it depends. I want to see what the drop rate is on these horns. If the drop rate is much better than it is outside in free quests, which I'll tell you right now, it's pretty bad, then I might spend a good amount of time farming these, because you need a lot of Warhorse horns. If you were going for Jalter, you need 45 Warhorse horns. So if you're just going off of the event shop, you only have 20, so that means you need 25 more to max her out. So if the drop rate is reasonable on these, I may spend a good amount of time farming these as well. So again, it really hones in on what it is that you can blow up very fast. If you are stacked with sabers, then this one is probably the best one for you, because you can just roll through this no problem. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one is the Assassin. This is recommended level 60. We're getting the Black Beast Grease. We're getting the Ghost Lanterns. We're getting 8 of each manuscript. And we're getting the False Portraits. So if you need to clear out False Portraits, this is going to be a good one to farm. Not only that, if you got Helena, if you've got Nursery Rhyme, that's going to make this a lot easier too, because you can just blow all of these assassins up. This one, I don't have a lot of servants that really need the Black Beast Grease, and it's been translated in like 17 different things. So if I say it one way in one and another way in the other, it's this black pot. But anyways, I don't really have a lot of servants that need that, so I'm probably not going to be farming this one all that hard. Now the next one, we're going with the Archer one. This one's recommended level 75, so we are getting up there. Oh, by the way, one of the other things that I forgot to mention, starting with the Assassin, the things that are in there may also drop 3 times manuscripts. So on this one is going to be probably one of my favorite ones, because, well, one, we're dropping bloods, which bloods are going to be needed for a lot of things in the future. You can get all of the event shop items here. You get 9 of each manuscript, and it's a bunch of Nobus. And I love me some Nobus. So this one is probably going to be one of my favorite ones. Not that I have too many Lancers, so this one's actually going to be pretty hard for me, because I don't have a very Lancer heavy lineup. But if you have a Lancer Altar, a Bryn, a Skahath, Lee Swain, the One Punch Lancer, thank you Razor Ninjas for giving me that. I will never be able to not call him that again. But if you have those, this node's going to probably be pretty easy. Otherwise, it might be a little tough. If you're bringing a hodgepodge team, it might be a little rough here. But this one is going to be a great one to farm if you want to farm all of the shop items at the same time. Now, next one, we're looking at the Sabre node. This one's going to be your Mona Lisa gold mine. You get 10 of each manuscript. You're getting seeds. You're getting roots, which roots are going to be needed for, quite a few of the bigger named servants that are going to be coming up in the future. This one's going to be good for me because I got all of the archers. Archers love me, so I should be able to just absolutely blow this up. However, the one thing with this one is the goblins only drop 2 times manuscripts. So if you're trying to farm this one hard for roots, Mona Lisas, and you're expecting 3 times that you would have gotten from the Nobus or the previous ones, well, too bad, friend. You only get 2 times chances. So that one shouldn't be too bad, and I feel like a lot of people might, are going to farm that. I'm probably going to farm that for the Mona Lisas, just so I can get that shop just knocked out very fast. And because it will be fairly easy for me to just blow all of them up. Now, on to the last one. This is the all classes. So you're going to have to come completely prepared for this one. But this is going to be where you are going to get all of the manuscripts. You get a chance. I think I calculated it out, and if you don't get extra bonus ones, you're getting something around like 50 manuscripts per run. But anyways, this one is going to be absolutely the best place for manuscripts. And the reason why that is too is if you're stacking School of Chaldea, because you get 3 manuscripts per person, that's not a stacked one like the previous ones you saw. It was like 10-10, 7-7. That means you only get like 1 potential manuscript drop there for the most part. But this one, you see, you get like 3s, you get 10s, stuff like that. That is compounded by the School of Chaldea, where you're getting +2 and +3 mass limit broken. So you have the opportunity to just get massive amounts of manuscripts out of this. So the thing is, and so I was talking to people in Discord about this and like what my strategy is going to be, and they're like, well, Shogun, are you going to go fake or real? And personally, I'm going to do both. I'm not going to weigh heavier on one or the other, because both of them have absolutely things that I want, things that I need, and I feel like if I split my focus between one or the other, I won't be getting everything that I need from the other one. Whereas if I split and I get 100 of each, then that's better in the long run for me than doing like 50 and 150 or something like that. The strategy that I'm going to go with, because I'm rolling hard for Jalter and I'll probably have mass limit broken CEs from the gacha, is I'm going to equip every one of those that I can get. That way I can get the shop items as fast as possible. Now, once I get the shop items from, once I get the shop CEs, the School of Chaldeas, I will replace the lowest level one that I have first. Now that's the Vitruvian Man. So I will replace any CEs that I have that give me bonuses to those right out the gate, because I want to get to getting manuscripts as fast as possible. And I feel like, at least with me, the way that I'm going to farm is I'm going to clear the shop anyways from all of the items that I'm going to be getting. So I'm not super worried about shop items. If you are and you're not going as hard as me, which, a lot of people won't be, you may want to keep those on as long as you can. Now, you only have 3 different CEs that you can use, so that does give you some time. Obviously, I'm not going to just immediately replace it as soon as I get it, because then that really wouldn't, what else am I going to be using? So as you get the drops, you'll want to do that. Now, I am not interested in the slightest about using the 2 5-star CEs during the other 2 5-star CEs during this event. I don't care about plus 100% false or true. Some people might, and if you do, then that's, that is your jam. You do you, boo. But for me, it's going to be farming the one that I can do the fastest and yields the most manuscripts. I will be focusing on Hearts of the Foreign God and Horns until I find out whether or not the drops are better than the real outside. I'll still probably be farming hearts, and I think that you should take some time to farm hearts as well if you do not have enough. I think I'm sitting on 80, so I'm good for a little while. Jalter's going to eat up quite a bit of those from me, but pages are important, but you get those from boxes. The Mona Lisas are going to be important, but you can get more of those in the Archer and Sabre one. So it really, this event is really awesome because you can tailor this event to how you want to farm and how you want to play and how your team is going to best handle this. Now, you are absolutely going to want to put Mash on your team, whether she's leveled or not. You want to put her at the very back. I will probably, while I'm streaming, I'll talk about team comps, but you're going to want to put your rulers, your avengers, your shielders on there, and then you will want to mix your other classes, depending on, like I said, depending on what you can efficiently farm. So I'll talk team comps later. This video's already gone like 20 minutes, and I was gonna just do a quick video. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate it. I am super looking forward to this event, and I hope you are as well. I will be streaming almost every moment that I am doing this this event. So here's hoping that this comes, you know, April 5th or April 12th, and we don't have to push this back any further. But as always, guys, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, drop me a like, let me know down below which of these nodes you are going to be going ham on, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.